Java, abstract classes. Let's take a look at the scenario I have here in front of us. I have a class here called person, I have another one here called worker, and I have another one here called voter. Okay, and I want to make my person the base class for both worker and voter. So basically I want to take these members of first name, last name, city, and state and apply them to worker and voter classes. Okay, but I want to do it in such a way that the person class here cannot be manipulated by any other part of the program or by any other functions. Okay, so I can't make it public because if I do that, then the main program or any other functions can manipulate this class. So how do we get around this scenario on here? How do we fix this, or what technique can we use? Well, basically we can make person an abstract class. Okay, which means, okay, we cannot instantiate it. We cannot use new. Okay, so it can only be extended to worker and voter. Okay, so let's see this in action. So let's go ahead and look at person here. Here's my person class. And in order to make it abstract, all we simply do is we add abstract, okay, right in front of that. So it's a public abstract class. Okay, so now that makes it abstracted, meaning it cannot be instantiated. It can only be extended by the other two classes. So what do the other two classes look like? Let's go ahead and look at voter. Okay, it follows the exact same thing. Nothing changes. Okay, so here's our class voter. Okay, and it extends person. Okay, no change here. Let's look at worker. Exact same thing here. We have worker extends person. Okay, so the only thing that changed was our person class, and what we did was make it abstract by adding abstract keyword to it. Okay, so now how does that look in the main program? So let's look at it in the main program here. As you can see here, we set up our voters and our workers exactly like we've done with any other way we instantiate a new class. So here's our class name, our name, notice here new, voter, worker, okay? Whatever we want to call it, new worker. Now, look what happens in here when I go ahead and try it with person. I do person, okay, give it a name. I'm going to try to use new, but already I've got an error showing up right here. Okay, so if I go ahead and I hover over this, okay, it says person is abstract, cannot be instantiated. Okay, so we're going to get an error on here. So if I go ahead and try to build it, we'll scroll down here. Look over here on this part here, right here. As you can see here, our build failed, and it's failing at this point right here because we cannot instantiate person. Okay, we cannot instantiate, can't use the word new, can't bring it into existence. So if I go ahead and I comment that out, and we go ahead and we do a build, look here, we had a successful build. Okay, we have no errors, but we have a successful build. Okay, so abstract class. All that does is this. It allows us to set this as our base class. It does not allow any other thing to manipulate it. We can only get access to those members of the class if it's extended to the subclasses here in voter and worker. And that's how to use an abstract class.